Here we go. So what I'm going to do is select you guys. I'm going to go intercept enemy fleets in the Caribbean. You immediately engage that fleet and we'll fight them. 47 combat width against their 35. We have a 6.9 morale against their 6.1. So the Aragonese Navy is not one to be taken lightly, especially when we come across wherever their heavies are. The advantage we have is just how good our admirals are. Like, they are stupendously strong. Oh, here comes their heavy fleet. Are you going to engage us? You are going to engage us. Ironside, plus 5 durability. That's going to be useful. And you're locked in. So this is 146 ships against 145. They have 69 heavies. We have 37. We have 108 light ships. And remember, we have the light ship combat ability and they have 71 galleys. Aragon has galley combat bonus. Joan Valle, 334 versus a 565. So our admiral is redonkulous compared to theirs. And this is going to be the big showdown. Like, whoever wins this battle might well win the war. Although we could quite easily rebuild our fleet. I mean, re-steal our fleet. We have the morale advantage. We have the engagement with advantage, but only just. They've taken the plus 20 naval engagement from the age, which we haven't. This is going to be interesting. It's basically my light ships versus their galleys. Heathens in high places. The clergy have long objected to our use of heathens in high positions. When Slotzin Nazahuapili was made theologian, they objected loudly, and their objections have not grown less any adamant over time. Widespread condemnation will hurt our relations with all other Christian countries. I don't care. I'm atheist. One thing I did want to double check is what quality are their heavies? 2-decker, war galleon, okay, they're ancient, war galleon. I have all 3-deckers, don't forget. So my heavies are all tip-top, modern, strong as they can get. Both of us have naval ideas, so losing ships won't be as impactful on morale as it usually is. But they're losing a lot more than we are. A lot more than we are. Also, we've already captured 20. So as long as we win this battle, which, looking at this morale, we will, we're going to be stealing a lot of ships from them. So even as we lose ships, our fleet grows ever stronger. Artillery bonus versus forts, or do we want the global engagement width? I mean, ordinarily engagement width isn't a problem. It's definitely between that and then the artillery bonus versus forts. I don't have a massive amount of artillery. I think I'm going to go for the engagement limit. I'm hoping that we can get all 3 eventually. So now, we're fighting with 52 ships at a time against their 27. Now we should annihilate them. Yeah, and there go their heavies. Squish. That was a huge, huge naval battle. They lost 49 heavy ships and I gained 25. They lost 6 lights, I gained 3. So yeah, our fleet grew out of that. And theirs definitely didn't. However, most of the ships that we stole are really old. So I think I'm just going to get rid of them. But the benefit of getting rid of them like this is it will all add to my sailor manpower pool. Okay, so the pirates can get back to privateering in Sevilla. And then these guys, I think, can basically go to Tenerife and start repairing. Although we have maritime, so we can sit here and repair. Ooh, the other thing that we want from Aragon, islands. We're going to need to take some forts, though, but it's island battle, so we should be able to. How does naval combat width affect combat? So the naval combat width is basically how many ships on either side can be firing at one time. So the fact that I had 57 ships against their, what was it, 30 something? It means that I can have 57 ships all firing at their 30 at once. So it's like I do almost double the damage because I have that many more ships in the combat. How can you get more troop limit as Portugal? You can only have 22. Build regimental camps. So that's these guys. Land force limit. Increase the development of your provinces. Get ideas like quantity, which increases the number of force limit that you can get. Where is it? It's the capstone, isn't it? Yeah, land force limit modifier. There are a couple of ways. Get more trading companies. They add quite a lot. Get more colonial nations. They add quite a lot. Get more vassals. Get bigger. Loads of ways. Breaking news, not really. Theresa May won a vote to extend Brexit, probably the only time she'll ever felt how victory feels. Her throat also continues to sound like a demon. Yeah, I don't usually feel sorry for Theresa May. Actually, I don't feel sorry for Theresa May, but being that ill while doing all of this, I do feel sorry for her on that one. But in terms of everything going terribly for her, that's entirely her own doing. Don't care. And yes, 412 to 202, that's one of the best victories she's had for a while. Brexit to be delayed beyond the 29th of March, but only if Europe agrees. That's not unilateral. That one has to be bilateral. And some countries in Europe have already said they'd block it, though I have my doubts about that. So we've still not seen the Dutch fleet, and we've still not seen the Venetian fleet. But we did just annihilate the Aragonese and the French fleets. So, with that being said... Tortuga, I'd really like you to launch an attack on this, please. That would be lovely. Oh, and we have... Rebel, well, they're only peasants. Less concerned about that. Alright, so what's our game plan here? I think it's probably going to be... Oh, crap. That's true. The war goal is to take Valentia. That's going to be difficult. The war goal... the ambition here is going to be... Is going to have to be to knock, like, France out of this war. Knock the Netherlands out, knock Venice out. I think Venice will be the easiest one to do. Although that will mean going into the Mediterranean and facing against the galleys. And as good as my ships are in the high seas, Aragonese galleys are going to be very scary. And they still have a lot of them. In terms of naval power now, in fact it would be easier to look here. I have 50 heavies against their 108. They have 153 galleys against my 1. And my 1 galley is my flagship, so there is no way I am sending it there. France is allied to Aragon, has been for most of the game. In fact, the whole game, I think. It's like one of the oldest alliances in this series. Oh, they've emerged again and are losing again. Yep, the French just lost their fleet. Well, I hope you had fun, because I did. Meanwhile, this fleet just grows ever larger. And we're still, like, stealing all of their money, by the way. We've got 74% of the Sevilla trade node just locked down with pirates. Which also means that they're exporting a lot less money to Genoa, too. Expand the bodyguard. The office of the Grand Captain is challenged by enemies within and without, and thus a very strong bodyguard is essential to ensure that he remains in power. The turbulent politics of our time require this, but there are also those who decry it, claiming that this new trend displays aristocratic tendencies and subverts the traditions of the Republic. So I can gain stability or I can gain Republican tradition. I'd love to gain stability, but is it really worth 10 Republican tradition? I don't think so. No. Especially if we can gain 5 as the alternative with no downside. Oh, there's the Dutch Navy. No, that's the transport fleet. I mean, one thing I do kind of need to keep an eye out for are transport fleets trying to sneak in. Although my standing army is actually pretty decent now. So we would definitely be able to do some damage landing here, there and everywhere. But I just can't afford to take them all on at the same time. Okay, Dutch transport fleet engaged. And sinking rapidly. That's a bunch of them dead. Who got the transports? You did. Get rid of those. And... oh, those are all 3-deckers. I might actually keep those. Yeah, I will. Alright, so we've now recouped any 3-deckers that we'd lost early on. Although we are using a lot of sailors, so we should probably go and dock up for a bit. Just so we're not doing that. I love the fact that these guys are basically just blocking everything out of the Mediterranean. So unfortunately France and the Netherlands share a border. It's going to be seriously just Venice that doesn't. And Aragon still has that humongous galley fleet somewhere. Part of the problem is we just don't know where. And I think it's probably time that we went off to New Valencia. So let's make that happen. 16,000 troops, really? There we go. And I'm also going to want these guys to just sit here for a bit. Fields, cool. I do need to be somewhat careful with my transports so they don't get sunk, so let's just back you off. So then it's just going to be my European fleet, which is now ironically in the Caribbean. I'm going to call you my second fleet, because... reserve fleet, there we are. Which is almost as well led as my main fleet. Oh, there we go. That's an Aragonese trade fleet. With a couple of transports mixed in. Where's my transport fleet? Oh, trade fleet. Oh, you're up there. Okay. I'm just wondering where these guys are going. Like, am I going to be able to intercept them? Yes, I think so. Okay, so we sank the fleet that tried to sneak out. That was a failed sneak. And then I'm going to have you guys protecting trade in the Caribbean with the main guys. And that's it. We've taken Panama. Panama was the main goal. I'm going to split you in half. We're going to send the main group that way. And we're going to split you in half and send half of you there, half of you there. Eagle Slayer coming in with the wow. Thank you very much for those bits. I appreciate that. Thank you. Try to draw them out with bait blockades or something. That's something we'll be doing further down the line. Like right now, I want to take over this most. And then we need to think of a way of knocking France, the Netherlands, and Venice out of this war. Because when it's just me versus Aragon, I feel relatively confident that I can at least bring them to the bargaining table. Actually, how well upgraded is Valencia? Why does the AI not upgrade forts? I don't get it. I'm fairly sure it's a bug, but it's one that's been around a while now. Yeah, their transport fleet's still sneaking past. I would much prefer that transport fleet just, you know, didn't exist. So let's go and hunt them down. You have no admiral. I ran out of admirals, didn't I? And we didn't have the points to recruit more. So let's recruit some more. This can be Osnick. Who is entirely acceptable for a trade fleet admiral. Good fire, excellent maneuver. Perfect, actually. That means that this fleet's going to be so ludicrously fast. We'll lose probably one or two, but reasonable loss for the damage we're doing. Where are they going to run to? I don't know. Alright, so the reserve fleet got a little bit bigger. I think that's okay. Go ahead and raid. Then I want you intercepting enemy fleets in the Caribbean again. You've actually been doing a relatively decent job of that. And then the Caribbean fleet, just go ahead and protect trade in, you know, Caribbean. Oh, big battle round 2. This is the galley fleet, and Gibraltar is not inland seas. And we captured their flagship. During a battle against the Aragonese fleet, we managed to capture the El Cid. It's the El Cid! I remember that ship. That's a ship I built. It's mine again. Just in a different guise. We captured 32 ships. That was their main combat fleet. They're no admiral, though. Silly. Silly! Also... Oh, you're parking up in Tangiers? That's not good. That's really not good for you. Alright, so let's get the heavy ships. Let's get the galleys. I really don't need most of these, but I'm keeping the El Cid. Gonna get rid of... Well, I'm about... No, we're gonna get rid of them. I can't afford them. I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna call it simply... Prize. And you're going to have the Isle of Man. If you can get over there alive. If you can't, eh. Enigma. Yeah, we are really hemorrhaging sailors at this point. So we kind of do need to just go back here and then just dock up. And these ones I'm just going to disband. And there we go, that actually saved us the majority. Cool. Bring you back over here. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk and split you up. We'll be able to reinforce you once that's done. I mean, we're absolutely crushing them in terms of positive war score, even though we are suffering a negative, just because of how the battles are going. They're down to just 80 heavies, 289 lights, 131 galleys still. A large portion of those galleys are going to be Venetian, but we have wiped out a very large portion of their heavy fleet. Is Total War Warhammer 2 in the pipe tonight? Yes, it is. You can see the schedule below. Earth Mage. I unfortunately do need to get into the Mediterranean because I want to steal some of the Aragonese ports. In particular, I want Majorca and I want Malta. Plus, those being fortifications means that I can do some serious war score damage. Oh, that's another transport fleet. Oh, hello. Hello. It'd be a shame if something were to happen to you, wouldn't it? Yes. Yes, it would. Where are you going? You're not going anywhere. That's a mistake. Meanwhile, you're killing their light fleet. Again. And annihilating them. Alright, I'm gonna have to detach any... Wow, that's a lot of obsolete ships. Okay. Well, we're getting rid of the early frigates, because why are you still sailing with early frigates? Like, that as an absolute minimum has got to go. I'm tempted to upgrade these. It would cost me 796 to do. I'm going to select half of you. I'm going to delete that half. I'm going to get the other half and send you to Tenerife, and we're going to upgrade you there. Meanwhile, the Aragonese transport fleet is being hammered. We sank 30 of the 38. Just get rid of those. They still have cogs. Yikes. Something tells me that Aragon has not been upgrading their naval power at all. And we're going to send you back to Tenerife. Oh. Here we go. Force march. There. Oh, they turned around, wimps. I lost a battle? No, that was the El Cid. Oh well. Saves me having to pay for it, I guess. Is there a way of adding a scheduled keyword? Not easily. Just because I wouldn't be able to paste it all in one message. Alright, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge you two up and we're going to go hunt them down. Because we outnumber them. Another naval engagement. This time we won it. Yeah, Venice is definitely the one to go after, but I am going to need to try it very lightly because of all their galleys. I might need to merge both of my heavy hitting fleets to do it. Oh, there you are. You're locked in. Well, isn't that a shame? I'm sure it is, somewhere. How are you so fast? Blimey. It's hills, not a river crossing. Oh, it is a river crossing. Of course it's a river crossing. Alright, let's bring in some reinforcements just because we are fighting on -2 here. And they've actually got a fairly decent army template. 7,000 infantry, 4,000 cavalry, and 5,000 artillery. That's pretty good, actually. Not good enough, though. How come I did shatter them that hard? I wasn't expecting this. They have more discipline, more morale. Well, I have slightly more morale, but my gosh, that's close. So how did I annihilate you so completely? I feel weird about that fight. I feel like that's a fight I shouldn't have won so easily. I mean, I'll take it. A victory is a victory, but still. Alright, Pirate Confederacy. You are a 363. You're still only 52. I'm going to make you a 464. Whether I get you again after this, I don't know. Then after this, I think I'm just going to sit in Ulva for a time. Oh, well, actually, we could hunt you down. Alright, so Aragon. What I would like is Panama. Massachusetts. Tenerife. No, sorry. Mallorca. And Malta. It's all I want. It's very simple. And that only requires 20 war score. Interesting. So yeah, I'm going to have to go after the forts. Shift consolidate. There we go. Stealing money. That's what I need to do. And we are smashing them. Oh, another big battle. It wasn't a big battle, it was just a battle. And we stole a bunch more of their trade ships, but I think I'm just going to get rid of them, honestly. Too many ships gets expensive, and it gets expensive pretty darned quickly. There we go. New Valentia has now fallen. Good. I think stage 2 is going to be take out Venice. So I'll need my transport fleet. That's you guys. Britain's so in discontent. Damn it, Britain! Trade protection against Brunei, of all people. Alright, let's move all of you back over there. Slipping standards. Our use of naval fighting instructions allowed us to put up some fearsome blockades of enemy coasts, but at the moment our sailors are just getting a little bit lazy. I'll take the... yeah, less blockade efficiency, which sucks a bit, considering we're at war, but it's not a big problem. Alright, group up. Put you on a ship. And we're going to sail you here. And as soon as I see you kind of off the coast of Iberia, we'll wake these guys up again. You should... oh yeah, I was going to pay for you to be upgraded. It's a little bit risky because it is leaving me with not a huge amount of money. So hopefully we can steal some soon, otherwise take a few loans. It's not a huge problem. That's their galley fleet. Aragon. Why? Yep, we just caught their galley fleet. Outside of the Mediterranean. And sank a bunch. Well, well done. I can send these guys back over here now. Loan offer from Naples. Naples is enjoying the fact that I'm smashing these guys. I am sure they are. Western Bermuda, what's that? Light ships against... Oh, that's my transport fleet. That's not good. Well, we have the reserve fleet fairly nearby.